Question 12. Here are four numbers. Their mean is 4 and their range is 0. Well, let's check out what this actually means. Well, if the mean is 4, how do we get that mean of 4? To get the mean of any list of numbers, you must do the total of those numbers and you must divide it by how many numbers there are. So let's look at the total. 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 4 is 12, plus 4 again is 16. So the total of those numbers is 16. And if we divide it by how many there are 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers. So it would be 16 divided by 4. And as you can see, 16 divided by 4 is 4, which is why the mean is 4. The range, on the other hand, is 0. Well, to get the range, you do the biggest take the smallest. It's the difference between the biggest number in a list and the smallest number in a list. Well, the biggest number in this list is 4, and the smallest number is also 4. And the difference between them, if we subtract that, is 0, which is exactly what we've got there. So all this seems to check out. Well, let's scroll down and see what we've got to do. It now says write four numbers that have a mean of 4 and a range of 4. Well, first of all, let's tackle this mean of 4. For it to be a mean of 4, the total of these numbers divided by 4, because there are 4 numbers, remember it's the total divided by how many, so the total divided by 4 must equal 4, because we're told that the mean is 4. So the question is, what is the total? What number divided by 4 equals 4? Well, if we work it backwards and do 4 times 4, we get 16. So the total must be 16. 16 divided by 4 numbers that there are would give us a mean of 4. So what we need to realise is that the total of these 4 numbers must be 16, and that is worth writing down. The total has to be 16. But they've got to have a range of 4. So the difference between the smallest and the biggest has got to be 4. Now if we start to write some numbers in, so for example 6, 6, 10 and 10, that's going to take us way over the total of 16, because these two would make 20, these two would make 12, 20 and 12 make 32. That's too big. What happens if I make some of the numbers less? Well, let's try 8, 8, 4 and 4. This is still going to be too much, because these are going to total 24. So we need to keep making it a little bit less, but we need to keep constantly a gap of 4 between the smallest and biggest. So what happens if we make it 7, 7, 3 and 3? Well, these numbers make 20, so it's still too big. So let's get rid of those again. This time let's make it 6, 6, 2 and 2. Let's knock every number down 1. Now these numbers, when you add these up, 6 and 6 makes 12, plus 2 is 14, plus 2 again is 16. So these numbers would satisfy the question. So what we should be doing now is a quick double check. Do these 4 numbers have a mean of 4? Well, 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 6 is 10, plus 6 is 16. So the total is 16. Divide it by 4, we do get a mean of 4. So that works. And do they have a range of 4? Well, the biggest is 6, take the smallest as 2. So the range is 6 take away 2, which is 4. So these numbers seem to work. Therefore, the answers are correct.